The city slicker, who saved the family legacy. I've spent 40 years running this ranch with nothing but grit and a bad attitude toward outsiders. My daughter, Sarah, she's the brains, went off to Chicago to become a high-power architect. So when she pulled up in a shiny electric car with a guy named Julian, I almost lost my lunch. Julian was wearing a tailored suit, a silk tie, and shoes that cost more than my tractor. I didn't even shake his hand. I just pointed at the guest house and told him to stay out of the way of real work. For 2 days, I treated him like a ghost. I'd grunt at him over coffee and spend the rest of the day fixing the north fence, hoping he'd get the hint and head back to his skyscraper. Then the crisis hit. The main water line to the south pasture burst. A literal geyser. I was down in a muddy trench, shoulder deep in freezing sludge, trying to torque a rusted valve that hadn't moved since the Reagan administration. My wrench slipped and crack. My wrist hit the pipe hard. I was stuck, shivering and losing the fight against the rising water. Suddenly, a shadow fell over the trench. It was Julian. He didn't say a word. He just kicked off those fancy shoes, peeled off his silk tie, and jumped into the muck in his white dress shirt. "Sir," he grunted, grabbing the backup pipe wrench. "On 3, you guide the threads. I'll provide the muscle." I looked at his manicured hands, now covered in black grease. "You're gonna ruin that shirt, kid." He just grinned, teeth white against the mud. "It's just cotton." "Sir, the cattle. They're thirsty." We fought that pipe for an hour. When the valve finally clicked shut, Julian climbed out, looking like a drowned rat. He didn't complain. He didn't even ask for a towel. He just looked at the pasture and said, "Water's back on. What's next on the list?" I stood up, wiped the mud off my face, and handed him my personal pocket knife. "Next, we go get a steak. And you tell me how a city boy learned to handle a wrench like that. Turns out, a suit doesn't make the man, the gut does."